Hello, I am E. Christopher Clark from echristopherclark.com and geekforce5.com, and I wanted to update you on my unfortunately failed Kickstarter project, which was to help me finish my book and share it with the world. I fell short, didn't raise enough money, but some awesome things came out of the Kickstarter project, and I have to share them with you. You may remember that part of what I was trying to do is gather the equipment to podcast my book and just do better podcasts, have better equipment. And so I outlined a few things on Kickstarter, and what I was looking for. I was looking for a microphone to do better audio. I was looking for a laptop to allow me to work on the road because I was spending a lot of time on the road, and a camera to take pictures, video as I'm going around for the sort of final lap of visits to the sites that are important to the book, and to be able to, get the equipment to help share what I'm doing with the world. And so it didn't work out. Got $364 worth of donations, but I also got two very cool things. This would be the first of them. A blue snowball microphone. One of the best sort of microphones out there that I've seen. Came to me from Joyce Betancourt, who I met at PodCamp. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joyce, if you're out there. PodCamp Boston last year, not 2009, but 2008. So Joyce hooked me up with the microphone, which was number one, sort of the big thing that I was looking for, right? One of the big things. What was the other big thing I was looking for? A laptop. That was what the bulk of what I was trying to raise was all about. And an anonymous donor came through and helped me out with this. A Sony Vaio. Almost brand new. No idea what it costs. I think if you look it up on eBay, they go for anywhere between $500, $700. It's a bit big. It's not a Mac, which is, this is a shirt from the Apple Store opening day, Boston's Apple Store opening day. So you can tell that I'm a bit of a Mac fan. But it is a laptop, and it has allowed me to get things done on the bus, which was the major thing I was looking for. So that is huge. I would really like to get a Mac laptop, but make do with what you got. It's a nice machine. It's running Windows 7. Very, very sweet. And I'm getting things done on the bus when the bus's Wi-Fi cooperates. So I got the microphone. Almost dropped. Got the laptop. Total awesome sauce. I am right now trying to raise money for the camera. That's the other major thing that I was looking for. Why am I trying to raise money for the camera? Not just for this project, but also because this is my camera right now. It's a Kodak. It's about 6 years old, and the major problem is this. See that? There's a little piece of plastic that is supposed to keep this shut. And when there's no battery in there, it stays shut. But battery in there, nothing. So it's constantly resetting itself, needing me to tell it what date and time it is, which is a pain when you've got a 3-year-old who doesn't stay still and you want to snap a picture really quick and your batteries are falling out. So if you're out there and you want to support the project still, Chris at clarkwoods.com is the place to go and send your donations either via PayPal or Amazon payments. That's Chris at clarkwoods.com if you want to send a contribution or a donation to help me, get a camera that's going to work better than this for this project and for all sorts of other projects. So that's the status of the project. Now, what's the end result of this? I want to start not one but 2 podcasts. One of them really has very little to do with this equipment, and will probably happen with the flip cam that I own, or with the brand new camera that I might try to buy that might have built-in video. That is a shorter, possibly daily podcast, tentatively titled, get ready, because if you don't like puns, you're gonna hate this, EC Sees It. Catchy, huh? Yeah, so that is one of the podcasts I'm thinking about. It'll be stories. All of these projects have to do with echristopherclark.com and not with Geek Force 5. Geek Force 5 is going strong. It was recently voted best pop culture blog in New Hampshire, 2009. Geek Force 5 is going strong. So all of these projects that I'm talking about are for echristopherclark.com. And what am I doing there is talking about who I am as a storyteller. And so EC sees it, the video podcast, would be just a daily, 5 days a week look at, either something great I'd read, some great story I'd heard, something I'm seeing, sort of a story told through video. The main thing there, of course, is to get back to Vidler, the community that was one of my first communities online when coming out of my shell over the last couple of years. And I've mentioned that a couple of times. So, and I've said before that I was going to get back to daily or somewhat daily stuff over there. And I hope that I am able to make good on that this time around. The more important thing for you, if you've been interested in this podcast that I've been talking about, is... I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's like crazy stuff. If I just hold it like that, it won't look as strange. I'll show you. It will look strange. The audio podcast. That looks even weirder. I need a haircut and a comb, apparently. The audio podcast is going to eventually encompass parts of the novel, which is what I talked about with the Kickstarter. And eventually it will be compiled into an audiobook for those people who supported the project. They'll get an audiobook, a full version of that. But while I'm finishing the book, I want to get started on the podcast. I want to get started on the podcast sooner rather than later. And so I'm going to start doing a podcast that, again, tentatively titled, Here's the Story, which will be fiction, but also nonfiction. This American Life is one of my favorite podcasts out there. I listen to it as a podcast. I know everyone else probably knows it as an audio program on NPR, but I listen to it as a podcast, and that is one of my favorite things. And so this podcast I'm envisioning will be more about me as a storyteller, a weekly thing where I get into either the latest thing I've written in terms of fiction or a story from the past, from my own past, stuff like that. So I'm looking to make good on I'm looking to do good things with this equipment as soon as I possibly can. So I want to thank everyone who pledged. I want to thank especially Joyce, who donated the blue microphone, and the anonymous donor who hooked me up with the Sony laptop. And I want to thank you out there for watching this and for your interest in me as a writer. And I hope to be delivering you more awesome content in the very near future. Thanks. I am E. Christopher Clark from echristopherclark.com, and I'll catch you on the flip side.